Hello, this is Steve Warshaw from RecordPriceBreakout.com, and today I wanted to give you a preview of my new Trade Inspector tool. Now, this tool is designed to help you decide when to enter a stock that you have identified as a record price breakout stock. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to put in a symbol for a stock that is a potential record price breakout stock, and the symbol for this is RGLD. And the first thing that we're going to do is we don't know if this stock meets the criteria for a record price breakout. And just to review, that is, the PE ratio needs to be significantly below the industry PE ratio that gives it upside potential for growth. It needs to have a volume spike on the day of the breakout, and preferably it will be in a chart pattern, a recognizable chart pattern. So I don't know necessarily if this is a chart pattern in a pattern yet or not. So what you can do is, here's a list of some of the bullish charts that it could be. And what I'm going to do is, let's just pick one. Let's pick the bullish flag. And what this is going to do is it's going to open a browser window that explains exactly what that particular pattern is. So I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so it's easier to read, and so that you can see a bullish flag is a steep or nearly vertical rise in price with a flag that kind of goes slightly downward to the right and then a breakout to the top. And so let's go ahead and take a look at this stock RGLD. Let's see. Okay, so I have it up here. And what I want to bring your attention to with this stock, and let me just zoom it out, is that RGLD is in a really nice sideways pattern here. And let me just bring this down a little bit so that it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so what you have here is a trading range, and RGLD has been stuck for almost a year in this sideways trading range between $38 and around $50. And so I personally know what this pattern is. This happens to be an upside breakout. And so what we'll do is we'll come here and we'll hit upside breakout, and it'll open a browser window and tell us what an upside breakout is. Now, if you didn't know, you could go to each one of these pages and learn what the different chart patterns look like, and then just start going into the charts for the record price breakout stocks, start drawing your trend lines, identifying areas of support and resistance, and see if those are actually a pattern that matches one of these that we like to trade for record price breakout stocks. So as you can see here, we have the resistance line, we have the support line, it bounces around in between it eventually breaks out. And it'll tell you all the considerations you need to know. Is there an inbound trend that matches the stock? What criteria support the fact that this is an upside breakout, and what criteria that would refute it and make it less reliable of a pattern? So I'm going to go ahead and close that and come back to the tool. So I know this is a record price breakout stock based on the information on that web page. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Pattern Validated. The next thing I'm going to do is click on the Help Me Decide button. Okay, now what you can see here is obviously we have two green and one red box. The first red box compares the PE ratio for RGLD to the industry average. Now, to be a record price breakout stock, the PE ratio needs to be lower than the industry average, and as you can see, it's not. It's actually much higher, so it gets red. Then for the volume, it needs to be 50% above the 13-week moving average. As you can see, it's in this one it's almost twice. It's actually about 2/3 higher than its normal average. So it got a green box, and then of course we got the chart pattern validated. So that's a green box. So you've got 2 out of 3. That would be, to me, for most stocks, a wait and see approach. You could trade it, you could not trade it. It gives you a valuation target based on the PE ratio of $39.67. Clearly that's lower than the current price of the stock, so if you like to trade based on values, maybe that's a stock that you would not want to trade. However, because of the pattern and the reliability of this pattern, as well as, and let me zoom this in a little bit, we have a nice fresh green trade triangle, and I like to trade the trade triangles from Market Club as you can see here, that we got a nice fresh one on a nice volume spike. Okay, let's take a look at the next stock in the list that looks like a good breakout stock. Let's see. Okay, so here's one, UEIC. Now, typically I don't like to trade stocks that trade under 500,000 shares per day, but this one looks like it'll at least meet the other criteria. So let's go ahead and go back to the tool, and we'll type in UEIC, and we'll uncheck that it's validated and hit help me decide. Okay, so here's one where we get the PE ratio is half of the industry average, so we get a green box. We get a breakout that's almost 200% volume, so that's a green box. And now you see the valuation target for this stock is $45.35 versus its current price of $22.83. So this is a stock that looks like it has plenty of upside potential. So let's go ahead and see if we can validate the pattern. Okay, so here's a chart of UEIC, and very similar to RGLD, it is in an upside breakout. So you can see right here at $22, there has been resistance, and here at $18, there's been support. And so this is a nice $4 trading range. So what you can do is set a short-term target of that $4 on top of the resistance area of 22, so that'd make it $26, which is almost a 30% profit at this particular level. So that's actually a pretty nice profit margin there. You see on balance volume has picked up. You see a nice volume spike here. You see the ADX with the positive DMI rising. So those are all good signs for this particular stock. So other than the fact that it trades at incredibly low volume, that is a record price breakout stock.